great ride by Maddie. Yeah. Are we still live, or I mean, are you still on me, or? Yeah, me. Okay. Yeah.
You're doing the filming, but tomorrow it will be great. It will be on SBS On Demand all day with Kate and Scott from 9 a.m. But today, settle back, settle in. We've got the AusCycling YouTube channel for the rest of the afternoon, wherever you are in Australia. If you're in Western Australia watching, as I know you are, just a few hours go from morning to the evening. First race out the way, next heat coming up onto the line. We now welcome our next heat up on to the line. This is once again our junior women 19. Round one of the Keirin, heat number 2. First 3 will go into the final. Emily Watch from the ACT, Anna Dubier, New South Wales, Milan Bradshaw from Queensland, rider number 93, Ella Liang, 94, Olivia Wright, 100, Paige Squire from South Australia, 103, and Alana Lake from Victoria. Motorbike on its way. Well, this is an absolutely stacked field here for this heat of the junior women 19s. Ella Liang, and up in the top couple of placings in the sprint and the time trial, won the team sprint in both divisions, absolutely flying. Paige Squire going nicely, Alana Lake making the top 8 in the sprint championship, Olivia Wright going wonderfully in the sprint championship as well, Milan Bradshaw up in the top 8, Emily Watch, she was going nicely in the sprint championship as well, and this time we've got the Enduro. Anna Dubier, National Road Champion of Australia, and now points race as well, along with all of the other races that she's won this summer. I can't list them all, we don't have enough time in the coverage, but she's decided to line up in the Keirin today. She'll be riding the Madison as well, I would think. That's coming on later in this session as they head down the back straight at this time. Come into the home straight this time with 3 laps to go. And it's Olivia Wright who leads from Queensland. She's getting challenged straight away up round the outside by, looks like Ella Liang. Liang with Dubier now up on the outside of Wright. They'll come in with 2 laps to go. Dubier will be no problem for the distance of the sprint. And she's going to throw herself into the sprinter's realm here, the New South Wales rider, as they head down the back straight this time. Liang leads through. They'll come up and receive the bell this time. Liang, Dubier up on the outside. Wright looking for a way out of the box, and she forces her way through nicely here. Good riding by the Queenslander. Now Dubier wants to keep herself up into that top 3. Alana Lake looking for a way around. Ella Liang too strong from the front. Wright hanging on. Dubier up over the top of Wright. They'll be the 1, 2, 3. Close run for 4th or 5th. But it'll be Liang, Wright and Dubier up into the final of the Keirin Championship here for the junior women 19.
Okay.
Move on to our next event now, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Junior Men 19 Team Sprint Qualifying. We welcome a team in the back straight, a combined team from New South Wales, Patrick May, Ravi Hermkens from the Netherlands and Jeremy Cannon from New South Wales. In the home straight, we welcome the team of Queensland B. This is Keita Smalley, Chris Mullins and Keely Kitkovics. False start in the home straight. False start, riders, false start. We come back on to the start line now. The first qualifying ride of our Junior Men 19 Team Sprint Qualifying. In the back straight, we welcome Patrick May of New South Wales, Ravi Hermkens of the Netherlands, Jeremy Cannon of New South Wales. In the home straight, Keita Smalley, Chris Mullins and Keely Ketvik. Away now in the home straight. Queensland moving away. And we've got the combined team here, composite team of the two New South Wales riders and Ravi Hermkens racing for the Netherlands here this week. Big start here, Pat May, as he heads down the back straight. He'll get up out the way and he'll spot where his team is. Queensland moving nicely. Hermkens leads through the Queensland B team, still leading the way as they'll come into the home straight this time. Chris Mullins will hand over to Keely Kerkovets. The composite team, as you'd imagine, a little bit in front of Queensland B at the moment, moving nicely. I'll head down the back straight and finish off their ride, and also Queensland B. Matt Pointer to Olivia. The times there for the combined team, 48.722. The time for Queensland B, 50.352. We're going to bring out heat number 2, and we welcome in the back straight from South Australia, Alec Gulgamucci, Luca Pyatt and Jack Sloan. In the home straight, we welcome the team of Queensland, Sebastian Topping, Nate Argent and Mitchell Louis. Away now in the home straight, back straight, moving nicely here. Big start here from the Queensland starter as he comes into the home straight this time. Seb Topping, I think it is, as he gets underway. Got the team moving nicely here. Nate Argent now leads down the back straight in front of Mitchell Louis. Good pace here from the Queensland team, but the South Australians haven't gone away just yet. Trying to get themselves up into the top 2 spots here. We had a race for the gold and silver. Now Mitchell Louis really moving down the back straight. He's been so fast. He's been the dominant sprinter in the junior 19s this week. Mitchell Louis from Queensland is going to come through. Stop the clock for Queensland. .47.682 for the Queensland team, 49.418 for South Australia. So they will be in the final a bit later on. And we'll have the combined team ride Queensland B in the bronze medal ride-off. Matt pointed to Olivia and Nathan. I don't have a screen on the laptop. See ya. We move on now to our next event to come out onto the track. This is the Para Team Sprint C1 to C5 Team Sprint. Welcome in the back straight, team number 2. This is Paige Greco, Kyle Willis and Max Sudholz. In the home straight we have Erin Rowell, Gordon Allen and Corey Boddington. Away now in our Para Team Sprint competition. Come into the home straight. Mixed teams in the Para Team Sprint. Getting away nicely, the team from the home straight. Erin Rowell leads through. She's got Gordon Allen, then Corey Boddington, Paige Greco, getting Kyle Willis and Max Sudholz up to speed. In the back straight now. Gordon Allen leads, Corey Boddington, Kyle Willis really getting them moving now with Gordon Allen from the ACT on his wheel. Allen will get out the way of Corey Boddington, Max Sudholz of the ACT. Moving nicely now into the home straight, but Corey Boddington's flames coming off the ears as he comes into the home straight this time. The home straight team will take that one. The ACT will go across the line in the back straight. I turned it down because we've got the powers on, that's why. Got no screen. No screen. Yeah, because the commissaires wanted it down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us at AMV, first of all, sorry to all of our AusCycling YouTube viewers. You won't be able to get a part of this. We've got a number of different retailers in the back straight here today. Boys Sport here with a load of different helmets and shoes on offer. Attacker Clothing. Also, they've got some magnificent Campagnolo coffee cups, limited edition, for those aficionados who like to drink your espresso out of something pretty cool. Of course, we've got Track Gear Shop, Queensland, the Brisbane store, with all the velo bike gear, the wheels, lightweight wheels, zip wheels, Campag wheels, you name it, they've got it. We welcome our next race up on to the track, and time to not turn away from the velodrome now, ladies and gentlemen, because we're moving on to the elite men Keirin, round number 1. The first 2 in each one will go to round number 2. The rest go through to the repechage to try again. We welcome up onto the track from New South Wales, rider number 36 is Xavier Bland. From New South Wales, rider number 44 is Johnny Trovis. Ryan Elliott from Queensland. James Brister from South Australia. Jade Madden from Victoria. And from Iran, Amirali Alizadeh. Motorbike's on its way. So the big boys are out to play in the Keirin here on the Anna Meares Velodrome. Brister heading down the back straight. Now up onto the back of the motorbike. They'll come through this time with 5 laps to go. Brister, then Alizadeh on his wheel as they go underneath the scoreboard, the rider from Iran. Let me drop back through the group. Johnny Trovis, he's got Xavier Bland with him. Ryan Elliott up into second to last wheel, and then Jade Madden, the Victorian. Riders keeping a good eye on each other. Heading down the back straight. Bit of a gap opening between the first rider, Brister, and the motorbike. Just making sure that he doesn't get squeezed in onto the back of the motorbike for any early charges as they go through now with 3 laps to go. The South Australian leads at a steady tempo, just keeping an eye on where everyone else is. He knows fully well they're going to have to charge from the back of the group at some stage. We're coming to the home straight this time. Brister leads the way. Alizadeh on his wheel. Trovis gets himself up out of trouble straight away. Not going to worry about riding through traffic here. It's a good move here from Johnny Trovis. He's got a gap. Keeps looking over the shoulder. Needs to get on with it now as he comes into the home straight. Ryan Elliott looking for a way through, as is Brister and Alizadeh. They go through the 200. Good riding here from the man from Iran, trying to get himself through. Johnny Trovis just running out of legs as they come through the band here. It's going to be Brister, Elliott, and Xavier Bland gets himself up for 3rd place. So South Australia, Queensland, and New South Wales, they will go into the final. Move on now to heat number 2, round number 1 in the elite men Keirin. The riders come up onto the track. New South Wales is Noah Mason. 56, the new national sprint champion of Australia, Lee Hoffman from South Australia. 57 is Max Liebschnick from South Australia. Sam Gallagher, rider number 62 from Victoria. 65 is Nicholas Padakis from Victoria, and representing Ireland, rider number 76 is Keirin Murray. First 2 go through to the next round. The rest come through the repechage. As they lead away this time, it's rider 57, Max Liebschnick, the young South Australian, goes up behind the motorbike. Former junior world champion One of the real fast guys of the young contingent of sprinters. He's only a couple of years through into the elite class. 2022 Junior World Champion, part of the team sprint team. A number of those riders persevered through quite a packed couple of years. 23, 24, the Australian sprint team. It didn't look like there was any way into it. But through retirements and movements in the sprint scene, Lee Hoffman finds himself as the king of Australian sprinting. And look at the riders who are coming up. Ryan Elliott, Tate Ryan, Max Liebschnick. There's a number of riders. Danny Barber, Byron Davies is out injured this week. There's a number of riders on the cusp of getting themselves up into the team. That's the big Victorian, Papadakis, who goes to the front. He's got Liebschnick. Then we go back to the New South Wales rider of Noah Mason. They're in good position at the moment. Lee Hoffman coming up onto the wheel. Sam Gallagher following him. Noah Mason looking comfortable up round the outside. Just the top two will qualify safely. They'll come into the bell lap this time. Papadakis on the front. Hoffman has a look under the wheel. Mason hasn't got the legs to move. Gallagher says, I'll buy a ticket for this train, and goes straight round the outside with Hoffman. Hoffman leads into the home straight. Gallagher can't believe his luck. Comfortable ride for the two. Everyone else will come back through the repechage and try again. Some air would have touched him when he fell over. That's all. Some air would have touched him when he fell over. I know it's really horrible. All the kids fall off for no reason so many times. So Keirin Murray picks himself up off the ground, the rider who trains out of Western Australia, representing Ireland here at this National Championships. Hit a speed bump, fell off. Now he's walking back to the pits. Do a quick check of the track, make sure there's no gouges there. And there will be the next heat getting itself ready to come out onto the track shortly. Just an update on heat number 1 of our round 1 of Keirin. Relegation, rider number 77 under the code of C6. Relegation, Amirali Alazadeh. We move on to heat number 3 in our men's Keirin. As our riders just start to clip themselves into the bike. Big day of sprinting here for our best riders. We've got Daniel Barber from New South Wales going in this one. Tate Ryan, after winning the 1,000-metre time trial last night, will be lining up here again. From South Australia, Daniel Power, rider number 66 from Victoria. Number 68 is Ruben Smith from Victoria. Rider number 70 is Kai Bonza from WA. And after a silver medal in last night's 1,000-metre time trial, rider number 71 from WA, Finn Carpenter. Once again, top two go through. The rest will try and get their way back through the repechage.
No visible damage to the track.
Away now, and it's the Victorian rider, Daniel Power, who's drawn the front spot, and he'll go up behind the motorbike to start with here. Got Ruben Smith, his teammate, up onto his wheel. Then we go back to Daniel Barber, Tate Ryan, Kai Bonza, Finn Carpenter. There's never an easy heat at national championships for these first two spots. There's always a situation where you look at the start list and you think, well, 3, maybe even 4 are capable, just on paper, of making sure they're in the top 2. And of course you throw the element of Keirin racing in, and all 6 have the opportunity to get themselves through for the tactics of racing and so forth. They head down the back straight this time. Power and Smith. Then we go back to Daniel Barber. He'll be having a good look over his shoulder, wanting to see where that red jersey is moving. The red jersey might be quite happy to follow the blue jersey of Danny Barber. They'll go through with 3 laps to go this time. Victoria on the front, New South Wales, then Western Australia up onto the wheel down the back straight. Finn Carpenter's got himself up into position onto the wheel of Dan Barber. Power though, pushing on, fighting his way out of the box here. Tate Ryan looking for a way round as they go through with 2 laps to go. Heading down the back straight with pace. Look at the power of Barber on the front. The speed of Ryan to get himself up into second place though, moving nicely. They'll find the bell this time, and it's a good fight on the inside from Power. He's trying to hold on to that second position. He's doing a good job of it because Ryan can't close down on him. Barber is too strong from the front though. Don't think that they're going half. They're going full on there. Daniel Barber goes through, takes that one out. Tate Ryan gets himself through for second place. That was a good heat. They're all going to, the other 4 will come back and try in the repechage. But Daniel Barber, New South Wales, shows the form is still good here in the first heat. Something that might interest you. Obviously the heating gel to get you ready for your race. Cooling gel for your recovery. It's been tested. So nothing in it can affect you with lava, anything, don't organisation, nothing in it. That before, heat, tube, nose tube, blue tube. But here's the thing with rigs, they're in the back straight, they're sitting themselves between Shop Brisbane and the boys store, who's got all the attacking gear, and they're giving their product away. They want you to come and try their product. So go and see the guys at Rig, they're in the back straight. They're displaying exactly what their gels, the walnut gels, and cool down gels do. Go and see them. The gear shop obviously, performance stuff, yellow, lightweight wheels, set wheels in it, tyres, and if you like your Gumpool tank tyres. Not limited edition, never to be made again tyres in the back straight for those of you who like to be riding around the river. And we've got Fidali Sports. Everything is on sale at Fidali Sports. They've got hundreds of pairs of socks on special. They're normally $22 a pair. You buy 2 pairs for $18 a pair. So we move on now to our next event coming out onto the track. This is our Para B team sprint qualifying. We welcome our first team to set their qualifying time. The team of Jodie Willis-Roberts and her pilot, Jodie Haywood. And their teammates for this one, Zachariah Clarkson, and his partner is Peter Spencer. So they get underway here. The way it works with the Para B, the first part of the team does 2 laps to get the team up to speed, and the second wheel, the other Para B tandem, finishes off into the final lap. Looking for fastest times in qualifying to go to a final here. They'll come into the home straight this time with 2 laps to go. Then the bike's up to speed now as they go through underneath the scoreboard. Our para-athletes put on some great contests here this week for us at the Anna Meares Velodrome. A number of championships have been decided. The team in the front will get up out the way as the next team comes underneath. The team of the Queenslanders Clarkson and Spencer. Spencer steering the way up onto speed nicely as they come through the bend. Coming to the home straight this time to finish things off. 101.750. Now welcome our composite team to come out and do their qualifying ride. Team that's going into the setup that's going into the starting gate. This is Jess Gallagher of Victoria, and her pilot is Jackie Mengler-Moore from Queensland. They'll be teaming up with the riders from Western Australia, Kane Peris and his pilot Luke Zachariah. Away in heat number 2, Jackie Mengler-Moore and Jess Gallagher, nice and strong away from the start line. Zachariah and Peris going with them. So they'll do 2 laps on the front. The women's team, they'll get themselves up to the absolute fastest pace they can You see Zachariah and Paris just laying off the slipstream here. And so give themselves an opportunity to just run towards the back of the bike before it swings up out the way, just like a Formula car would. They come to the home straight. Nicely done here. Nice execution by these two teams. Zachariah and Paris really moving down the back straight now. Perfectly in unison, this pairing, the Paralympic team. They'll come into the home straight to finish off with their qualifying ride. Folks, as you're out there, an opportunity to go check out our retailers and free giveaways in the back straight. Make your way over there today. Some nice free giveaway now product. They want you to try it. They want you to see it. Make sure it's working. They believe it's the best stuff in the business. The big cream, the gels, one cream, down cream. Talk to you about the toy shop as well. Paul Jackson heads down the back straight. Xavier Bland from New South Wales. Max Liebschnick from South Australia. Jade Madden from Victoria. Nicholas Papadakis from Victoria. Reuben Smith from Victoria. And Finn Carpenter from WA. The rider up behind the motorbike there is Reuben Smith. First three will go to round number 2. The rest well, they'll bid us farewell. They'll get themselves ready for the elite team sprint, which will be happening tomorrow. Big day of racing here. First three to round 2. They head down the back straight this time. When they meet us in the home straight this time, the motorbike will leave the track. Smith on the front. His teammate up behind him, which is Papadakis. They head down the back straight, everyone looking for a way around. All three Victorians bringing themselves to the front this time. They're coming to the home straight with 2 laps to go. Good riding here from Jade Madden. He's got himself up and out at front of the traffic. Finn Carpenter says no more and down the back straight. The South Australian Liebschnick's trying to get up round the outside, gets himself into a good position at 1 to go. Xavier Bland leads down the back straight. He's been sprinting very well here this week. Liebschnick comfortable at the moment. The Victorians not going to get the run, not going to get the slipstream past. Xavier Bland will go through. Liebschnick will go through as well. And the third of the Victorians went through as well, just missing the number. We'll get the updated result just at the moment. They'll come into the home straight. Xavier Bland moving nicely. I think it was Nicholas Papadakis who was the other of the Victorian riders to get in there. We look at the result. Indeed it was. Xavier Bland from New South Wales, Max Liebschnick from South Australia and Nick Papadakis are our 3 riders who get themselves into round number 2 with an opportunity to make the finals here tonight. Heat number 2 of our repechages. Welcome our riders onto the track. Rider 42 is Noah Mason from New South Wales. John Trovis, rider number 44, also from New South Wales. From Victoria, we have Daniel Power. From Western Australia, we have Kai Bonza. Keirin Murray picked himself up off the floor. From Ireland is rider number 76, and Amirali Alizadeh from Iran. The rider who's drawn front spot is Daniel Power from Victoria. The motorbike's on its way. They roll away, 6 laps to go. The Victorian up onto the wheel. They pace on, the motorbike will pick up as it goes. Paul Jackson on the motorbike, great servant of the University of Queensland Cycling Club over the years. Our motorbike rider up into 2nd place down the back straight is Noah Mason. Then we go to Kai Bonza. Johnny Trovis follows him. Then our 2 internationals, Alizadeh from Iran and Keirin Murray from Ireland. Trovis just keeping an eye on where Alizadeh is. Alizadeh was relegated in his first ride here today. A tough competitor, 3.5 laps to go. They're going to come into the home straight this time. The motorbike will leave the track. The Victorian and West Australian up round the outside looking for a top 3 spot here. Good acceleration from Power, though. Gets himself moving. Mason and Travis looking for a way. They'll come into the home straight this time with 2 to go. Power still moving nicely. This time Bonza gets up round the outside. Travis goes up onto his hip as they go down the back straight. Power still up into 3rd. Mason looking for an opportunity. They'll come into the home straight with 1 lap to go. Travis takes on Bonza. Bonza out of the saddle, really trying to get on top of that gear now. Travis up round the outside. Bonza fighting back. Strong effort here. But Travis got the lift he needs as he comes through the bend up round the outside of the West Australian. Travis will go across. Power and Mason will get there as well. 1, 2, 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the next of our finals here at the Australian Championships. This is the Junior Women 19s Madison. I'll introduce you to our teams. New South Wales is Caitlin Rose and Emily Hines. Queensland is a team of Megan Moore and Neve Parslow. South Australia is Ava Schmidtke and Leonie Vanderberg. It reads as New South Wales 2. However, racing in the Butterfields colours, we have Charlotte Lovett and Hayley Dell as our New South Wales 2 team, but they're in the dark colours. Women's Madison underway. First change of the day between our Queensland pairing. Megan Moore just throwing her partner in, Neve Parslow, as they head towards the back straight this time. New South Wales pair. The other New South Wales pair, the darker colour, Charlotte Lovett and Hayley Dell. South Australia, Schmidtke and Vanderberg. Going to be a very tactical one, this one. A small amount of teams, so you have to be attentive to the points. It's more important for the first and second in these sprints than ever before. You can't be complacent when you come round to the sprints. There's a sprint every 10 laps. 5, 3, 2 and 1 points is what you'll end up with. If you take a lap, you'll get 20 points. Lose a lap, you lose 20 points. Double points on the last in the 80 laps. So this is going to be quite the tactical battle between these riders. Because when the pace goes up, there's not as many wheels out there to be able to hide on. Not as many places to be able to recover from. You don't want to miss a change in a Madison. And what about missing a change? I don't necessarily mean by just missing the hand. I mean by leaving your partner in for longer than one circulation of doing the changes, because it gets into the tops of the thighs. It will wear you out very quickly. You've got to continuously keep changing so that your partner can recover and get ready for the next little battle that takes place. They're going to come into the home straight this time with 73 laps to go. They'll come up now with the bell lap to sound. Vanderberg from South Australia gets on with the job at hand. Hayley Dell going out after her as they head down the back straight. Moving nicely here. It's going to be a big sprint round the outside, looking for the first 5 points. Dell up round the outside. She got third in the point score the other night. She takes the 5 points here, gives her team the best possible start. I don't think I'm being ignored. Hey? 66 to go as they go through now. You can see all the riders are just trying to recover. Good technique by all the riders. It's great to see that the Madison still well and truly happening with our junior teams. It's not that long ago that it's only about 10 years. I can remember calling the first elite women's Madison championship that it wasn't even regarded as a championship. It was won by Alex Manley and Annette Edmondson back in about 2013, I think it was. It was the first time we had an elite women's championship, but it wasn't regarded as a championship that year. But Edmondson and Manley won it in Victoria on Disc Velodrome. And ever since then, we've had some superb Madison championships. And then it transitioned into the junior women and also the junior men as well, as the attacks are underway here. There's going to be teams, even in this little group, that don't want to keep sprinting all afternoon. They're going to want to put the pressure on. The Queensland team doing that at the moment, doing a good job of it as well. And they've slowed down the back straight. We'll have a look round to where her partner is. Here's Megan Moore in the home straight. And come through this time with 1 lap to go, and it's the South Australians bringing themselves to the front again. Waiting for a change. The change doesn't come. It's going to get into the legs. South Australia into the home straight. I'll take the 5. New South Wales 2 will take the 3. So have a look at the updated points. New South Wales 2 in the dark colours. They're on 8 points. South Australia now on 8 points. New South Wales are on 3. Queensland on 3. They're the first 2 sprints we've had so far. The Queensland team just got a little bit out of position for that sprint. The teams really need to, they'll learn it as they go through these styles of event. Really have to be able to judge your effort, to be able to come in at the right time, to be able to do the change, to be able to utilise your rider as best you can coming into the sprints. The experienced teams, the really well equipped teams, they'll be changing in the middle of the sprint down the back straight. They won't mind. The younger teams, they'll work up to it, but it's very hard. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of skill to suddenly do a hand sling change. You're sprinting flat out, you look up, you see your teammate, and they want to come in for the change. You need them to come in for the change because you need to be able to recover your own legs. You need to be able to keep moving forward. And then as the rider coming in, you're coming in at about half the pace as the sprinter. You put your hand out one-handed, and then you just go through that pause zone before your hand is embraced by your partner, and then you're slung forward into the action. It takes a lot of bike handling skills to ride this event. It takes a lot of courage as well. I know there's teams out there today in 1 or 2 divisions who opted not to line up because just out of the nervousness of not being proficient yet in this style of event. I hope you're enjoying our coverage on the AusCycling YouTube channel here today. For those who aren't joining us in Queensland, it's quite a wet day outside. I don't know if you can hear it through our coverage, but it's been raining very, very hard. We hear it on the roof of Anna Meares Velodrome. Absolutely sopping wet out there this morning. And continuing on, one advantage is it brings the temperature down inside the building. So not as stifling as it has been on 1 or 2 days this week, especially when we were here for the Oceania Championships about a month ago. A very hot week of racing. South Australia, an early change here coming up to the next sprint. So they don't go on with it straight away. They'll come into the home straight, receive bell lap this time. South Australian team. Vandenberg on the front. Onto her wheel is Caitlin Rose as they head down the back straight this time. Vandenberg leads nice and strong. She's going to try and get the 5 points here and give the South Australian team the lead. And does it very nicely indeed. Looks up the track. Sees a partner in the back straight. Fresh legs, front of the group now for the South Australian team. Wait for the updated points. They've got 49 laps to go as they go through. Updated points this time. South Australia go to the lead outright now on 13. Then New South Wales 2, the dark colours, on 11. Queensland have gone up into 3rd place now on 5. New South Wales on 4 points. So definitely the contest of sprinting between South Australia And New South Wales too, who are in the darker coloured jerseys here. 47 laps to go as they go through. Megan Moore from Queensland leads through. She'll throw in her partner, Neve Parslow. Been following wheels, haven't really taken them on just yet, the Queenslanders. We'll see how they go on the next part. Both very, very efficient track cyclists at the top level. Just getting out sprinted a little bit at the moment. Type of attacking bike race. They'd prefer a more attacking bike race, but it's difficult with a small bunch like this. Sort of attacking from almost a dead spot, a dead stop situation when you're in a bunch this size. You really have to be attentive after one of the sprints to really put the pressure on. As the pace is going out of this race, every time they're sprinting, they'll speed up for 2 or 3 laps, as we've seen so far. The next sprint is the halfway sprint. The pace goes up just before the sprint occurs. They'll go on for about a lap and a half, but as you can see, the pace going right out of the bunch in between the sprints. It doesn't help for an attacking bike race or a bike rider who wants to make it an attacking one. Megan Moore is not happy with the pace, speeds it up a little bit. They'll go through 43 laps to go. We'll see what the Queenslanders can do over this next few laps. This sort of next, you think about it, Madison in blocks of 10 lap journeys each time, getting ready for the sprint. And see where the best time is to attack. Pace goes up once again. Caitlin Rose leads, heads down the back straight. New South Wales, South Australia bringing themselves up into position beautifully once again, the South Australian team. They'll head through this time. South Australia back to the front. Ava Schmidtke leads through the 200, heads down the back straight. Caitlin Rose trying to go out after her, now going to fight off New South Wales of Hayley Dell up round the outside, is it? Coming to the home straight, points to South Australia, starting to extend their lead. South Australia, when they get their 5 points updated, will go to 23. We'll go back through the other teams to see who picks up the other points here. So now we've got Queensland and New South Wales 1, still on 6 now, on 6 points each. 18 for South Australia, 14 for New South Wales 2. They head down the back straight this time. The pace has gone up. They're trying to put a little bit of pressure on the South Australian team here, these other 3 teams, because they're sprinting harder than everybody else at the moment. So that will get into the legs. And now they all have to sit up, try and catch their breath a little bit as they went through with 37 laps to go. The bell will sound this time as they come into the home straight. South Australia getting themselves up into position again. Good change with Queensland, just a little bit out of position though. They'll head down the back straight. The pace goes up. New South Wales on the front. South Australia going up around the outside. Can they get the 5 points again? They can comfortably get the 5 points again. Up around the outside there. Vandenberg over the top of Emily Hines that time as they went down the back straight. So South Australia starting to put a nice buffer between themselves and the rest here. They move on to 23 points. New South Wales, the number 2 team, go to 17. The real contest of the bike race at the moment is between New South Wales 1 and Queensland. When I say New South Wales 1, that's the light blue jersey of the New South Wales state team. They're on 8 points, Queensland on 7. The New South Wales 2 team in the darker colours, they lead through this time into the home straight. South Australian junior girls have ridden brilliantly in everything except for the point score, but it's fairly well known that the tactic was to save the legs for the individual pursuit as Queensland get on with the task at hand here. We were expecting this from the Queensland team at some point. Megan Moore, got to get on with it. She's got people in trouble here, the Queenslander, as she comes into the home straight with 26 to go. She has a look under the saddle, but she doesn't have to worry about the rider on a wheel. It's the riders who are going out the back door at the moment. Megan Moore is going to change to Neve Parslow down the back straight. Is this the attack that's going to start to change where the medals are heading? Because Queensland are underway here. They've got people in under pressure, and Queensland have got to go on with it, and they are. Parslow leads down the back straight. They've got to try and ignore what the South Australian team are doing because they're not going to go with the attack. They're just going to follow. They're leading the bike race. They can protect themselves. Now, what's Vandenberg going to do? Pace goes out. Vandenberg has a look over the shoulder. This is pressure time for the 2 New South Wales teams here. Vandenberg, just a short turn, gets up out of the way. The Queenslanders have got to go on with it though. Parslow's legs are starting to hurt already. She's got to find her partner, Megan Moore, in the home straight because they've got New South Wales under pressure here. South Australia lead through. Queensland will find Moore in the back straight. Is the pace going to go up? Because they're an opportunity here. Look at the speed of New South Wales, number 2 team, bringing themselves back across here. I think this might be Caitlin Rose who's seen the danger. Caitlin Rose trying to get herself back across. She knows if they don't get across, it could be trouble for the medals because Moore is setting a good tempo. There's going to be fresh legs from South Australia. They've got them under pressure here. The New South Wales 2 team, they're not quite on. Moore leads through. The bell sounds. The 2 New South Wales teams with some work to do here to get themselves back in. Hayley Dell just off the wheel here as they head down the back straight. South Australia are going to take the 5 points. Queensland are going to get 3. They're going to change again, but they've got to keep going. It's 20 laps to go. They've got the other 2 teams on the ropes, and Parslow moves down the back straight with a lot of speed, moving swiftly here. The 2 New South Wales teams, they're not working together. They're putting themselves into a bit of trouble here, chasing the 2 leaders. Now, South Australia, they're quite happy to work now, not worried about where they are in the bike race. They're well clear of everybody else. The South Australian team quite happy to work with this attack of the Queensland team as they come into the home straight. The New South Wales 2 team in the dark colours fighting their way back across. This is good riding here from Emily Hines, trying to get herself back across. New South Wales team in a little bit of bother. Charlotte Lovett looking for her partner. The Queensland team, this has been a good attack. 17 laps to go as Megan Moore comes through. They're not getting much more distance around the track, but they're not getting caught just at the moment. Caitlin Rose going to get thrown in as they head down the back straight. What's Caitlin got? Out of the saddle straight away. Not giving up at all. Queensland into the home straight. Still doing big turns with South Australia. Caitlin Rose lifting the tempo. This is a good chase here from Rose. She's going to try and get herself onto the back. Doing a good job of it, but it's hard work. You can almost feel Caitlin's legs from here. They will be burning, but great riding here from the New South Wales rider. Brings herself back up. That was a tough ride here by the New South Wales team. Nice riding indeed. Gets up and now breathes a sigh of relief. Try and recover. Throw the fresh legs in as they come down the home straight this time. Emily Hines, Caitlin Rose will be looking for her. They'll head towards the back straight. Hines has a look over the shoulder. They'll be grateful for the fact the big effort's been made. They're back in the top three. So they've nullified the attack of the Queensland team here, who were starting to challenge, moving up away from, trying to move themselves up a little bit further away from the New South Wales team, who haven't been able to get on. New South Wales 2, they got there. New South Wales 1, struggling. The three teams go through: South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales 2 New South Wales number 1 on our list, number 2 on our list, team number 4. They got themselves back across. Our New South Wales 1 team of Caitlin Rose and Emily Hines didn't quite get there, struggling a little bit, trying to hold off the pack now, because down the back straight once again, South Australia step out nicely. Queensland trying to get themselves up into the second place. It's not going to matter anymore, because the New South Wales 1 team, they are going to lose a lap here to the rest of the field, so the medals are suddenly going to be taken care of due to the loss of the lap. South Australia go on with it down the back straight. They've been well clear of everybody else. They'll come into the home straight this time with 10 laps to go. Queensland, then team number 4, New South Wales 2. The points to now, 33 points for South Australia. New South Wales 2, the team of Charlotte Lovett and Hayley Dell, they're on 21. Then Queensland on 13. They head down the back straight, South Australia. Their initial challenge at the start of this race from Charlotte Lovett and Hayley Dell, they just had a little bit more legs today. They'll get 7 laps to go this time. They lead by 12 points. Megan Moore and Nev Parslow, they're on 13. Unfortunately, Caitlin Rose and Emily Hines, after a good fight, they've lost a lap to everybody else. They're now showing minus 10. So the medals are sorted. They're going to come through this time with 6 laps to go. The South Australia putting on a good display here in the Junior Women 19. Madison, one of the best races on the track you'll see anywhere in the world. Good to see our junior women contesting this one very nicely indeed. They're going to come home straight, 5 laps to go. The pace goes out of the bike race for the first time for a number of laps here. Megan Moore goes to the front. Going to stand on the podium again here at a national championships with their teammate Neve Parslow. Four laps to go this time for our field as they go through. They've still got a day of racing to come tomorrow. Our enduros have put on a great entertainment for us all week, the Junior Women 19s, in the sprinting and in the endurance events. They'll come into the home straight this time, 3 laps to go. They'll start thinking about that final sprint. They'll start looking around the track to see where their partners are. South Australia are going to be in a position to have fresh legs at about 1.5 laps to go here quite comfortably. Two laps to go this time. They have a look over the shoulder. South Australia lead the way. South Australia up round the outside. Charlotte Lovett going onto the wheel now as they head down the back straight. Throws her partner in. Charlotte Lovett, who's done so much work in this race. She throws her partner in for second place. But put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. South Australia, Ava Schmidtke, Liani Vanderberg, they'll take the gold medal. New South Wales, Charlotte Lovett and Hayley Dell. What a great ride Charlotte Lovett's done here today, chasing the gap down, making sure she protected that silver medal. And then Queensland, Megan Moore and Neve Parslow will take the bronze level. And well done to Caitlin Rose and Emily Hines. It wouldn't have been a bike race without them. Gold, silver, bronze taken care of. That's our junior women 19, Madison. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is our last day on the AusCycling YouTube channel. Tonight you'll be able to listen to Scott McGorry and Kate Bates on SBS On Demand and KO, and then tomorrow SBS On Demand and KO all day from 9 o'clock for the last day of competition. If you're here in the stadium, make sure you get to the back straight. See the boys shop, Attacker Clothing, DMT Shoes. We've got some beautiful Campagnolo coffee mugs over there. Limited edition. You'll be able to purchase those. Great gift. The Gear Shop Brisbane with all the velo bike, all the wheels, all the tyres, rig gels, heat gel and cooling gel. They're giving their product away today. They want you to try it. They want you to find out how good it is. And then Papali Sports with socks and clothing as well. Get yourselves over to the back straight. Have a look at what they've got to offer. We move on to our next event. This is the Power Team Sprint C1 to C5 final. And welcome in the back straight, Paige Greco, Kyle Willis and Corey Boddington. In the home straight, we welcome Erin Rowell, Gordon Allen and Matthew Gray. Underway now in our team sprint final. Team number one heading down the back straight. Rowell, Allen and Gray. Queensland led by Greco, then Willis and Boddington. Team number one swings up with Rowell. Then we've got Gordon Allen and then Matt Gray onto his wheel. Swapped out Max Sudholtz and brought Matt Gray in for the ride. Now Kyle Willis leading the Queensland team as they go through. Team number one coming in. Brown gets out the way. Matt Gray gets out of the saddle, just getting up onto the top of the gear. So is Corey Boddington. Have a look at the pace of Corey Boddington. What can the Queenslander do from here? He suddenly shot out of a cannon there. And Matt Gray's got too big of a lead. He'll go across the line. They'll take out the first one. But Corey Boddington, my goodness me, when he moved, didn't he go? We move on now to the Para B team sprint final. Looking for the fastest time here out of our team on the track. We welcome back the teams of Zach Clarkson with Peter Spencer and their teammates Jody Willis-Roberts and Jody Hayward. Team of Jody. Moving nicely into the home straight, getting the teams up to speed here. Jody Willis-Roberts and Jody Hayward. The two Jodys on the front, leading down the back straight, trying to set up Zach Clarkson and Peter Spencer into the fastest slingshot they can as they go through this time. A nicer execution this time. Peter Spencer, the pilot, as they head down the back straight, still getting out of the saddle, trying to get everything he can out of the bike. The big mane of hair on Zach Clarkson as they come into the home straight to finish off their ride. We now welcome back our next team back into the starting gate in this final. The team of Jessica Gallagher from Victoria and her pilot, Jackie Mengamore. And of course, the West Australian pairing, Keirin Paris and Luke Zachariah. Away now again, big, strong, smooth start here from Jackie Mengamore and Jess Gallagher. They're so smooth away from the line, this pairing. They just come together as well. And we've got Luke Zachariah and Keirin Paris just getting themselves up onto pace here as they come into the home straight. There'll be another lap from Jackie and Jess as they go through. Trying to set the fastest time they possibly can. Moving nicely. Jackie and Jess coming into the home straight. They'll get up out the way of the boys from WA. Nice transition. Great practice here for these teams as they head down the back straight. The pace of Zachariah and Perez as they come into the home straight, moving nicely. They'll stop the clock. Nice time. 49.18 here from the composite team. The other thing is, I've been low all day. Try it again. Don't forget, folks, you can get yourselves into the back straight. Check out all of our retailers that we've got there. As we're just having a little bit of play around with our audio. We've got a big night of sound and lights here this evening, so we're just trying to get our sounding right in this little bit of break in racing. So I hope I'm not making your ears bleed too much this last 8 days, but we've got some great fun to happen tonight with the music and the sounds. We've got some superstar VIPs in this evening as well, so loads to look forward to here during our championships. And of course, if you're watching from home, we'll be on KO and SBS On Demand this evening. We'll have Scott McGorry and Kate Bates bring you all the action again. Soon we'll be moving on to the presentations of our para team sprints. So to all of our viewers who are joining us on the AusCycling YouTube channel, we've got our presentations coming on very shortly for our para presentation ceremony. But as far as our racing goes on our AusCycling YouTube channel, that is the end of our competition for the last 8 days. We will be doing the presentations shortly. We'll be showing you all of those. However, as far as racing goes, that's all you're going to see from us, because after this session, it all goes on to SBS On Demand and KO. We'll be able to listen to Scotty McGorry and Kate Bates. My name's Matt Pointer. I'm the one who's been giving you all of the updates throughout the last day. It's been an absolute pleasure once again to call the AusCycling Track National Championships. I hope you've enjoyed it. And remember that this vision has only come to us because of the volunteers and the mums and dads of Queensland cycling and other families around Australian cycling who turn up to the track here at AMV and man the cameras, do all the pressing of buttons and production of what you see on the AusCycling YouTube channel. And big thank you to Aaron Bear-Liang and all of the team who put themselves together to be able to make sure we can show this vision around Australia and around the world. Big thank you to everyone around Australia and around the world who has sent us messages liking what they see. And if I don't say it again, it's been an absolute pleasure. It'll be a little while. We'll be about 5 minutes away and we'll be to our presentations of the Para Track Cycling Championships. Yeah. Wanted more energy, wanted a lot of M&M. That's what exactly what he said.
Well, I'm actually considering telling him because classic three still would be fun. And I've even got a protocol. No, I said, turn me off the 5 minutes. R5 tickets. Because I've seen samples of their inbuilt AI. And it just, in fact, there's a lot of people coming on and saying, well, just the photography.
Something like that. We're about to get underway, so all the music now. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the presentation of our Junior Women 19 Madison Championship of Australia. In third place, winners of the bronze medal, Queensland, represented by Niamh Parslow and Megan Moore. In second place, New South Wales, represented by Charlotte Lovett and Hayley Dell. In first place, winner of the gold medal and national champions, South Australia, represented by Ava Schmidtke and Liani Vanderberg. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please show your appreciation for our national champions and medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentations for our Para B team sprint. In second place and winners of the silver medals, Jessica Gallagher, Jackie Mengler-Moore, Kane Paris and Luke Zachariah. In first place, winners of the gold medal and national champions, Queensland. Represented by Jodie Willis-Roberts, Jodie Hayward, Zachariah Clarkson and Peter Spencer. Ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, please show your appreciation for our national champions and medalists. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this medal ceremony. It also concludes our day session here at Anna Meares Velodrome. We will be back for the evening session at 6 p.m. To everyone who's joined us on the AusCycling YouTube channel this last 8 days, thank you very much for your company. We hope you've enjoyed all the racing. Tonight's session and tomorrow's session will be available on SBS On Demand and also KO with Scott McGorry and Kate Bates. Thank you for joining us and bye-bye.